Yo, what is good, MD Squad? Welcome back to another video. Finally, after months of waiting for this what if battle, I'm finally back. I'm finally here. I'm ready to go. You feel me? But on the real, shout out to you, Bara B. Like, you were really in my comment section talking about, yo, when's the next video? When's the next video? I got you, bro. I got you. This is a shout out for you. I'm doing this for all my subscribers, but this is like especially out to you, bro. You encourage me to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. You feel me? So thanks for that, and I got you right now. Let's go. Today's battle will be between Neji Hyuga and Gaara of the Sand, pre-time skip. So, as many of you already know who watch my what if battles know what the rules are, so there's no need for me to really explain them again. But just to jog your memory, since I was gone for a little while, basically I will be discussing both characters' strengths and weaknesses and comparing the two to see which one will come out the strongest and see who wins. Make sense? Alright, let's get into it. One of Neji's main strengths is his Byakugan, which is very similar to that of the Sharingan and the Rinnegan. The Byakugan has the ability to see within almost 360 degrees within the user's perimeter. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Another strength is his rotation that acts as his defense by reflecting any weapons thrown or any physical attacks. And his final strength is his 8 trigram 64 palms, which is a way for him to block off his enemy's chakra points, and we all know that is a source of strength in the ninja world. Now we move on to Neji's weaknesses. Almost all of pre-time skip Neji's weaknesses consists of his attitude. Like, in the finals of the Chunin exam versus Naruto, Neji was shown as very cocky and narrow-minded. For example, in this particular fight, he told Naruto that he couldn't touch him, and Naruto ended up beating him. He also told Naruto that everyone has a destiny and you can't change it. Naruto clearly proved him wrong and became Hokage in the long run. Like, pre-time skip Neji is quick to assume things, and that's just a major weakness in my opinion. It might not affect his strength or abilities, but it definitely affects his attitude in many ways. And it could also lead to a downfall as well, when you're too cocky. And another one of Neji's weaknesses is the fact that the Byakugan only has one blind spot. Only one. So I found that the other weaknesses that I mentioned were better for me to touch on instead of just that one blind spot that Gaara can use against him if he ends up finding it. But speaking of Gaara, let's get into him now. Gaara. He's a very interesting character with a lot of strengths he could use against Neji, such as the fact that he had a tailed beast he could have used back then. He had a legit monster living inside of him, waiting to come out because of his bloodlust. If Neji can put up with a good fight against Gaara, he could definitely use this as a strength against him. Another strength he has is his variety of different jutsus, such as his sand coffin and sand burial, which can literally kill anyone who gets caught in it. And his sand armor, which takes over his body, so even if he gets hit, it barely phases him. Like, for example, when we saw that fight against Rock Lee, when Rock Lee was beating him, like, it didn't do anything, it didn't do much. It just broke his sand armor. I found that really crazy, because Rock Lee is really strong and fast. But that's besides the point. His main strength is his own ultimate defense, which is caused by the gorge on his back. The sand in the gorge moves on its own when it senses that Gaara is about to be attacked, let alone touched. So it makes it seem like Gaara is very invincible, which we'll get to in a minute with his weaknesses. Okay, I kind of hyped Gaara up a little bit in my in his strengths, but although Gaara does have a lot of strengths, it doesn't mean that he's invincible. Some of Gaara's strengths actually fall into the category of his weaknesses. Like, for example, when his sand armor that he uses, it may be very viable in a fight, but it takes up a lot of chakra for him to keep it on for a long period of time. And when the less chakra you have, the less effective you can be in fights, especially in Naruto. Come on, let's be honest. um, Another weakness is that he could underestimate his opponents and their speed, like he did when he fought both Sasuke and Rock Lee, who were both fast enough to outspeed his ultimate defense, which is his other weakness. So, even though Gaara does have a lot of strengths, his weaknesses and strengths are like the same. But because of plot and Naruto and just think about it like this. You see how strong Jiren is in Dragon Ball Super? I know this is not a Dragon Ball Super video, but I'm just saying. You see how strong Jiren is? They were doing the same thing with Jiren because look, Jiren and Hit when they fought each other, like Hit should have demolished him. If it was any other character, Hit would have demolished him, but he didn't because of plot. And now they're gonna make it like Gaara versus Naruto, like Goku versus Jiren. Goku's gonna be the one to stop Jiren, or if they have some other twist, I'm not sure. But why am I talking about Dragon Ball Super? I'm supposed to be talking about Gaara's weaknesses, not. All right, look. The only reason why Gaara was really that strong pre-time skip is because there's a plot. That's it. If anything, Gaara should have been stronger in Shippuden, but he wasn't. He was actually kind of weaker because he had a huge, what do you call those things? Um, Nerf. He had a huge nerf in Naruto Shippuden. He was still strong, but not as strong as pre-time skip, and not as bloodthirsty. I've just been going on way too long. Just know that Gaara has weaknesses, and they can be exploited. So now we're gonna compare both the characters in this fight, Neji versus Gaara, and we'll figure out who's gonna win based off of those comparisons. Okay, so after a long analysis of both characters' strengths and weaknesses, we can now come to the conclusion of who will be the victor. And in my opinion, I believe that the winner should be Gaara. I really do. Because if you think about it, Gaara, he has a lot of strengths that are also weaknesses, yes. But if you think about it, Neji isn't as fast or as strong as Sasuke and Rock Lee. See, Neji doesn't really need strength. What he does need is to get through Gaara's defenses, which are more viable than Neji's defenses, even though he can see almost everything and deflect almost everything. I feel like it's just the matter of who has more defense, because the best defense is the best offense, is what everyone says apparently. But I feel like Gaara could take it because Gaara, I don't feel like he would need his sand armor. Neji isn't fast enough to get through his regular ultimate defense. So what makes you think that he could even hit him that hard, or just get past it in general? He's not going to need his sand armor. All he needs is sand coffin, sand burial, which will be hard for Neji to get caught up in. But if Gaara really can catch him with it, then it's a wrap. Gaara wins. I'm sorry. I'll tell all you Neji fanboys, fangirls, whatever. But I believe that Gaara would beat him if the roles were reversed and Neji and Gaara fought instead of Gaara and Rock Lee. So thanks for tuning in to my channel yet once again. I know I've been missing for a while, but I've just been busy and lazy. As I said in my last video, I said I was lazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm lazy. I'll admit that. But I did make this video, so that counts for something, doesn't it? Alright, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later. Peace.